Welcome to another video from Creative Learning Resources on how to get a 7 in IB Chemistry series. This video is a lesson 1 on 9.1 Oxidation and Reduction of topic 9 Redox processes. Today's video is on topic 9, which is redox processes. The word redox actually came from reduction and oxidation. So basically in chemistry, redox reactions involve all those chemical reactions in which reduction and oxidation takes place side by side. So whenever there is oxidation, there is reduction also taking place. So both of these, oxidation and reduction, take place simultaneously. So the first part of topic 9.1, which is about the definitions of oxidation and reduction, we are going to cover today. So oxidation and reduction, they're always referred to be remembered by oil rig. Chemists always use oil rig to recall what is oxidation and what is reduction. Oil rig refers to oxidation is loss and reduction is gain. Basically, oil rig refers to the loss or gain of electrons. What is actually an oil rig? Many times I asked students, even the IB students, even IB2 students, what is an oil rig? But most of the students, they just told me it's an abbreviation for oxidation is loss and reduction is gain. And what is actually an oil rig? Most of the students don't know. This is an oil rig, which is actually a facility in the center or somewhere deep down in the ocean or sea, which is having the drilling equipment and the oil from deep down from the ocean extracted in the oil rig. Oxidation can be defined as the gain of oxygen. That's why it is called as oxidation. Let's say magnesium is reacting with oxygen. As we know that the valency of magnesium is 2+. So we will get MgO. In order to balance, we have to put a 2 before magnesium oxide and 2 before magnesium. So over here, magnesium got oxidized because magnesium is gaining oxygen. This is a simple example of the gain of oxygen as oxidation. On the other hand, reduction is the loss of oxygen. Let's say in a chemical reaction, CO2 is going to turn into carbon monoxide and oxygen is released. In order to balance the equation, we have to put a 2 before CO2 and 2 before carbon monoxide. So this is an example of reduction of carbon dioxide in which carbon dioxide is losing oxygen. Now come to the oil rig part, and we have learned that oxidation is loss and reduction is gain. So in terms of oxygen, the oil rig rule is not followed. Oil rig rule is only followed for electrons. So the oxidation is the loss of electrons. As an example, we can see that ferrous ions Fe2+, they are going to lose electrons and turning into ferric ion Fe3+, and an electron is released. On the other hand, reduction is gain of electrons. For example, a chlorine atom gains an electron and it turns into a chloride ion. Remember, chlorine has to be written as Cl2 because it is a diatomic molecule, and in order to balance the equation, we have to put a 2 before the ions and 2 before the electrons. Another way to define oxidation is the increase in the oxidation number. On the other hand, reduction is the decrease in the oxidation number. This is another way that how we can explain the oxidation is loss of electrons. So increase in the oxidation number is due to the loss of electron. This could be seen by looking at the example written above, in which the oxidation number of the iron is increasing from 2+ to 3+, indicating oxidation. Similarly, the reduction is the gain of electrons could be defined as an increase in the oxidation number, which is another way of mentioning the gain of electrons. As you can see in the example written above, the chlorine atoms are gaining electrons, due to which their oxidation number is decreasing and turning into -1. So a quick recap, oxidation and reduction can be considered in terms of oxygen gain or the hydrogen loss or electron transfer or change in the oxidation number. So the hydrogen loss can also be considered as the oxidation. For example, during the combustion of methane, carbon atom is going to lose hydrogen and turning into carbon dioxide, and the water is also released during this reaction. So during this reaction, the carbon is losing hydrogen, due to which carbon got oxidized. So definition for oil rig: oxidation is loss of electrons. We can add or hydrogen as well. Similarly, reduction is the gain of electrons or hydrogen. It means that if an atom gains an electron or hydrogen, that is a reduction. So oil mean oxidation is loss is for electrons as well as hydrogen. On the other hand, reduction is gain, rig is for electrons or hydrogen as well. Here, another important point to notice that a substance that readily oxidizes other substances is called as an oxidizing agent. Common examples of the oxidizing agents are oxygen, chlorine, fluorine, sulfur trioxide, sulfate ion, manganate ion, and dichromate ion. So point here to remember is the oxidizing agents themselves get reduced. Means they have an ability to gain electrons and they can pull out the electrons from the other atoms, and then they're going to oxidize the other atoms. So the oxidizing agent does oxidation of certain atoms, but themselves they get reduced. Similarly, a reducing agent itself gets oxidized. Means the reducing agent loses electron readily and gets oxidized. So reducing agent is a substance that readily donates electrons. Examples of reducing agents are hydrogen, sodium, carbon, carbon monoxide, which has an ability to pull out oxygen because carbon dioxide readily reacts with any other substance containing oxygen and pulls out oxygen from there. Sulfur dioxide or sulfide ions. Over here we can look into an example in which chromate ion is reacting with the sulfide ion, which is a reducing agent. This should be acidified potassium dichromate solution, so there are hydrogen ions over here as well. We will get the chromium ions, which are green in color, plus the production of sulfate ion as well as water. Don't forget that all of the ions, they are having their state symbol aqueous, AQ. So the orange colored chromate ion, if turns into a green colored substance, so that will be a test of the presence of oxidation reduction reaction. This orange colored chromate ion usually comes from potassium dichromate. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and you have understood fully what is meant by oxidation and reduction with their examples. Plus memorize the oxidizing agents and reducing agents you are seeing on this screen, because that is needed according to the IB syllabus. The next video is about the rules for determining the oxidation state and how to balance the redox equations. Don't forget to watch that video as well. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel, press the bell icon for the latest updates, and drop a comment or any questions in the comment section below. Thanks a ton for watching. Hope to see you again soon.